Everybody always makes fun of people when they do videos and stuff on social media because they're always like, Happy Friday! Hi, friends! Oh, hi! I'm just going to wait a few minutes for everybody to get on. But the truth is, when you hit the go live button, what do you say to nobody? You can't just jump into what you want to talk about because then it won't make any sense to anybody. It's a struggle. So everybody, it's funny still though. It's okay. We can make fun of people still. Well, actually, are we still making fun of people? Is that cool anymore? It might not be cool anymore to tease people. But I am excited to be here and talk to you guys today. This has been something that it's been on my heart, and I had a very, I was going to get cute, like I was going to shower, I was going to get ready, and I ran out of time. 10 o'clock came, and now it is 10 o'clock, and I am here. I'm on time, but I am not ready. So it actually helps my brain. You can tell me in the comments below if you're like me, but my brain seems to work better when my hands are busy. So I am going to put on my makeup for the first time in the history of forever. I am not going to talk about my makeup while I put it on, even though that is the majority of my job of what I do, is to narrate myself putting on makeup. I'm not going today because I want to tell you a story about how mopping changed my life. But I have to go, okay, so there was a day that I was mopping that changed my life. But there's a lead up to it. We got to get there. Okay, so hang with me and we'll get there. It won't take very long. So as you guys know, I'm a farmer. And I've always been a farmer. I was born and raised on a cotton farm. In my family, everybody went to college. Like the majority of my siblings didn't even go to my Arizona State graduation when I got my bachelor's degree because it was so run of the mill in my family that it was just like, good job, Jessica. You graduated from college. Okay. So that was the family that I grew up in. I had a little bit of a difficult time picking my major because I love science. Science is my favorite. And I'm always interested in medical related things, but, I did a CNA class and I had to clean someone's dentures. And then I decided that, being actually in the medical field, like treating patients and dealing with people was not for me. Anyway, long story short, here's where I ended up. I ended up graduating from Arizona State. I had a degree in genetics and I had been a phlebotomist to pay for my schooling. And so when I graduated, they're like, hey, that laboratory company was like, hey, why don't you come in the laboratory and work with us? So I did that. And so I was a medical laboratory scientist. So it was kind of like touching the medical field, but I didn't have to deal with patients. I didn't have to deal with people. I got to sit at a desk with a face mask on and not have to really talk to anybody. It was kind of great and mostly crappy. So I did that. I had 2 babies. I had Max and Jameson. And I was a stay-at-home, no. I was a working mom. I worked full-time during the day, and Kent was a stay-at-home dad during that time. And then he would take college classes online for his undergraduate at oh, thank you. Thank you, Molly. I was just thinking that they look really bad, but I've got to move on. He was a stay-at-home dad and then did night classes to get his undergraduate degree at Arizona State. With the hopes of attending law school. And so I was the breadwinner during that time. And then he was a stay-at-home dad and went to school at night. Okay. Well, just so you know, every single day that I woke up and I went to work at the laboratory, I complained. Now I'm talking like complain. Like I was upset every day because I didn't want to be a working mom. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I felt like it was unfair and I almost was entitled to this. And yeah, that's kind of embarrassing to admit because it sounds bratty when I say it now, but that's the truth. Poor kid. He's put up with a lot over the last 11 years. Anyway, so I decided that when he graduated from Arizona State and we went to law school, that, obviously he can't be a stay-at-home dad and go to law school too, that would be my time to break away and be a stay-at-home mom. Like it was going to happen. hell or high water, it was going to happen. So we did. He graduated from Arizona State. So proud of him. And he got accepted in law school in Alabama, which is where we live now. And so we moved across the country. We didn't know anybody. Everybody kept asking me, like, all the people that I worked with at the lab were like, you're going with him? Like, you're taking your kids and you're going to move across the country where you know nobody and you're going to go with him? And I'm like, yeah, should I not? So we did. I knew nobody. And I was like, hey, this is awesome. I get to live my dream. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. Well, here I was in Arizona. I had my career and we were around a lot of friends and family. We were both born and raised in Arizona. And all of a sudden I know no one. I'm not going to work. I'm just at home in a new place. And it was scary and it was really lonely. And, you know, anytime you go through a major life adjustment, I don't know about you guys, but for me, anytime I have a major life adjustment, it takes me a solid 6 months to come around. Like, I just feel like I'm just spinning in circles and flailing for a solid 6 months. And like the whole time I'm like, why can't I get this? Like, why can't I just wrap my head around what is happening? And so I kind of defaulted to, okay, well, I'm missing bringing in an income. And I didn't realize that had become a part of me over the 5 years that, I had worked. But it did. And that surprised me because the whole time, I just told you guys, the whole time that I had been working, I complained about it. Like every day. And so here I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, I actually like bringing in an income. I like the way, I like having that piece of responsibility in our home. And, I like contributing. You get it. Okay. So I decided, Kate, well, I'm going to have the best of both worlds. I want the best of both worlds. I want to be able to work and I want to bring home income. Like, I want to bring home a lot of income and I still want to be home with my kids like that. So I'm like, all right, let me look around. And, I thought, well, I feel like most girls, and especially this was, 5 years ago, most women, if they were working from home, they either worked for a travel agency, a call center. There's more options now, but about 5 or 6 years ago, or there was a lot of girls did transcription. And so I'm like, cool, I'll do transcription. I'm a fast typer. Sure. So I tried transcription. I accidentally one day sat down and did the math of the hourly wage I was getting paid doing transcription. And I had to hold back the tears because it was disgusting. It was like 45 cents an hour, almost like, what? And so I'm like, well, that doesn't work. And so I looked around some more. I found that you could grade SAT essays online. And so I started to do that. They were 4-hour shifts. You had to produce a certain amount of tests graded per hour. And so and the shifts were always during the day. So I was getting snacks for my kids, watching them play outside and grading SAT essays at the same time. It was actually really stressful. I'm like, okay, well, that's not really working too much either. But I was like, I'm determined. I am determined to do this for my family so that when we get out of law school, we don't have, just an immense amount of student loans. And so anyway, I kept looking around. Well, one day I started teaching English to kids in China. The company was VIP Kid. I actually heard that they might be shutting down. Not sure though. I'll have to look that up. I forgot. And I did that for a solid 1.5 years. I actually overlapped it when I started to do SAIT. But the day I wanted to tell you about, I was mopping my floors. I was trying everything. Everything that I had tried to do working from home involved my degree. So like I said, I got a degree in genetics and I was determined. I'm like, I worked really hard getting that degree. I'm determined to use it. And so I'm mopping my floors and my mother-in-law calls me and she says, Jessica, the lady who does my nails, she's been doing her nails for 20 years. So they're chit-chatting while my mother-in-law is getting her nails done. And the lady tells her that her daughter is doing a direct sales company and is making $10,000 a month. And so my mother-in-law, bless her heart, says, well, I have a daughter-in-law who's at home, who's been trying to find a job from home. Let me tell her. So she calls me up and she says, hey, this girl, she's making $10,000 and I'm mopping my floors when she tells me this. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm working for 45 cents an hour. And I've been trying to use my degree this whole time. But by this time I was working for VIP Kid too. And that was, it ended up being about $20 an hour, up to $22 an hour. And so I was like, holy crap, that's still way more than I'm making. Gosh dang it. And so anyway, she's like, you should look into it. You should do it. And I was like, are you kidding me? I have a college degree. I don't do stuff like that. Like, that's not me. I was actually a brat on the phone. I recognize that now. I was a brat. And she's like, okay, I just thought of you. I just thought maybe you would want to know, no pressure, whatever. And so I was like, yeah, that's a no for me. No, thank you. I mean, it wasn't even a girl trying to recruit me. It was just my mother-in-law saying, hey, I just heard about this. And it sounds pretty awesome. And so I get off the phone and now I'm angry mopping because I'm like, what the heck? Like, how? $10,000 a month? Like, you've got to be kidding me. That is a lot of freaking money to earn while you're at home. What? I couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it. Anyway, so I just thought about it. I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to do it. Then next thing I know, I'm texting my mother-in-law saying, hey, just give me your number. Like, I'm just going to text the girl and just like chat with her. And she's like, okay. So she gave me the girl's number. And I chat with the girl. And the girl's like, hey, no pressure. But like, yeah, that's what I do. Like, what do you want to know? And I asked her like, well, are you on your phone like all the time? And she's like, yeah, I work from my phone. But like, if I want to put it down, I just put it down. And I was like, oh, okay, well. And then I was like trying to really debunk her, like to find out like what really was wrong with this. Like, tell me the secrets, tell me the truth. And she was like nonchalant. She's like, hey, if you're interested, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, like whatever. And so I think that kind of bugged me too. And so then next thing I know, I was signing up. And I remember I told my sister, I'm like, I just signed up. And she's like, why not? Oh, okay. Like, I thought my family would be weird about me signing up for a network marketing company. Anyway, the day that I announced that I was going to be working with this other direct sales company, my friend, an acquaintance reached out to me and she's like, dude, if you're going to do this, come do this one over here. Like, it's got a really cool vibe. We're just getting started. Like, it'll be a lot of fun. And I was like, are you serious? Like, what is it with people? Like, I just got started. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Anyway, but I just felt I could not shake the feeling though. Like, I really felt like I was guided the whole time. And, the fact for me to like huge walls up, like I wasn't, how sometimes people do network marketing and you're like, well, there they go again. That wasn't me. I was like, ugh, how embarrassing for them. Like, I went to college. I get a real job. That was me. I was like disdainful. I was, very prideful, I guess. Anyway, I eventually I jumped ship on the other company and I joined Saint, who was mascara back then. And it really didn't make any sense in my head, but I just felt pulled. Like, I just knew this is where I needed to be. And then, once I got in, it was pretty eye-opening because when I saw the girls who were being really successful at this network marketing gig, and specifically in the Saint Beauty world, I felt like I was a tiny fish in the ocean. Not even a pond. A tiny fish in the freaking ocean. There was me who had never actually put on like a real foundation and real makeup before. And here I was gonna try to like teach other people how to do it and make a commission from it. Who did I think I was? Like, there was some serious mind games that came into play. And I kind of had to make a big decision early on, like, who I was going to be here. Because one of the things that made me feel like I was at the biggest disadvantage is because I'm an introvert. Those days that I was working in the lab, I liked that I had a very small, tight-knit group of friends, and the rest of my time, I looked through a microscope at slides. I was all by myself with my own thoughts. Growing up, I was on a tractor or shoveling rows, and you're with your own thoughts. Like, I really like being alone with my own thoughts. And so here I was going to interact with as many people as possible and try to teach them math. Like, literally none of it made sense. But really, I had learned throughout my life that I could do hard things. And I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, I just feel like I need to just go, like push full send, just go. And so I did. I did. And I sacrificed a lot of sleep. I sacrificed TV, like a lot of TV. I sacrificed gazing off into the sunset at a red light, and instead I'm sending voice messages to people. I really had to make the most of my time. And the biggest things that has taught me, like, it's earned me a lot of money, like that mind-blowing amount that blew my mind before. Like, that's old news now. But the biggest thing that it has taught me has been that I really can do hard things. And those things that I feel like that I'm in the biggest disadvantage for, or that seem the most unlikely of circumstances, like, that's my opportunity to grow. And so I remember distinctly feeling like a goldfish in the ocean. And I remember that I had a group of girls around me who were in the same boat, but we all wanted to grow together. We weren't going to just say, oh, well, I guess I just have to keep being small. We didn't want to be small. We wanted to be big fish. And so we put our heads together and we decided that we would go through the hard things. We would learn how to do this differently. And so that for me has never changed. I have always wanted to get back in the trenches with anybody who feels like a small fish and see them do the work and grow and build this for themselves. But I will never forget that day that I was mopping my floors, pissed, because I felt like this would be harder than staying in my comfort zone of hiding behind my degree that I'd hidden behind for so long. And there might be something that is not necessarily a college degree, but it might be another story that you're holding on to that does hold you back from going out of your comfort zone. It might be the fact that you're like, well, I'm just not good at that, and that's just not who I am. Or that could never be me. I'm just not that person. But in the back of your mind, you know that it's actually, you're saying that because you're scared, or because it's way, way out of your comfort zone and you don't even know where to start. Anyway, I feel like more and more it's important to be louder about women who feel like they need to be quiet or that they don't fit in, and that they have so much potential inside of them that if someone were to believe in them, or if they were given a vehicle in which to just give it a try and to fail. I want you to fail, because I failed over and over again. And I realized every time that I failed, I didn't die. And it was really a cool feeling. I shed tears all the time. I still cry about my failures. But I learned that I'm like, whoa, I didn't die. And now I know what I want to do different the next time. Let me go try again. And it gets addicting really fast. One of the most common things that I hear from new artists when they get started is the first thing they say to me when they get started is, I don't want to be salesy. And I say, cool, don't be. Excellent. I don't want you to be salesy. Number two, dang it, I saw Sarah Rose's comment and now it threw me. What was my number two going to be? Shoot, let me go back to number one and maybe I'll remember. The number one thing they tell me, now I remember. The number one thing they tell me is they don't want to be salesy, and we have to have that discussion of how to not be salesy. The number two thing I hear is, oh my gosh, this is addictive. And it is. It's the best kind of addiction. It's so cool. Like, you see those people who they start going to the gym and next thing they know, they're going to the gym every day and all they ever talk about is going to the gym. This is our gym. But instead of paying for a membership at a gym, it is, you make money while you learn how to do it. It's really cool. So at the end of the day, let me just give you some bullet points about what I do. What I do is I'm a huge hype girl for as many girls as I can who feel like they're the underdog and that they don't necessarily fit the makeup girl mold, but they want to provide for their families and build something of their own. I also get to teach people how to do makeup. I teach people how to highlight and contour using this teeny tiny little palette. It does your whole face. It's very cool. It looks natural. It looks like skin. It wears really lightweight. I love it. So I teach people how to do contour, saves people time, yada, 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 all of those things. I get to teach people that I don't hold any inventory at my house. I am not, every time you guys order from me, I am not making a run to the post office. Instead, all I do is I share my link. I help you pick out your colors and you order them online. The company ships direct to you. If any product gets damaged or you need to swap out anything, corporate takes care of that. I do not. All very cool. I get paid 20 to 40% commissions. If you were to start today, you would be on the same commission track as I am, even though I've been here 4.5 years. Anybody from day 1 to day 1,000 in this business, you can earn between 20 and 40% sales commissions on every single sale. No minimums required, just straight across. You make a sale, you get paid. That's it. I also lead a team of women. We are amazing. Like, we're a really cool group of people. It's really fun. We talk about personal development. We talk about different strategies on how to grow your impact. I think one of the other most common things that I hear is that people say, well, I'm an introvert. And I want you to know I through and through am an introvert, but currently right now I am looking at my own face in the camera and talking. So call me narcissistic? I don't know, but I'm not in a room full of people. I don't get up and have to go to work and talk to 15 people every day and pretend I like them. I have to wake up and talk to myself in the camera. And then I get to text people. And that's about it. I also realized that as an introvert, we tend to put a lot of focus and value on individual relationships. And that has been my secret sauce. Being an introvert ended up being my secret sauce because I care a lot about individual relationships. So when you buy makeup from me, when you're on my team, I personally care about our relationship. I take it personally. I'm trying to work on taking it a little less personally, actually. But my customers know that when they have issues, they text me and we fix it. My artists know that we have time set up where they get face-to-face time with me to help them run their businesses. So if you are an introvert, if you're not salesy, if you're a hard worker and willing to learn, that's really all it takes to do what I do. So if you're mopping today, I want you to know this is me. I'm now your mother-in-law. I'm calling you, letting you know that I know a girl that makes 10 grand at home a month doing network marketing and like whatever walls you're putting up. Mine was my degree. If you feel pulled to do it, you might just want to jump in just in case. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Happy Friday.